Hi everybody, it's Barbara Otten, and we are going to be working on the Let's Party Close to My Heart paper pack. And I was able to get some instructions that were for makers with Close to My Heart, and I thought I would share them with you and kind of do a quick video on how to put together these cards. I also did layouts, so if you haven't subscribe to my channel, you want to make sure you go do that and watch the 3 different videos on how to make some layouts with this paper. And the directions for this, I believe, are either in the comments or they are there's a link to getting to my Facebook page where the directions are. So, but we're going to do just the cards right now, and I like a little texture or background with my white paper. I'm not that big on just having plain old white paper. So I took the extra scraps that came with this kit and decided to do a little dry embossing, cut out the paper 5.5 by 4.25. Instead of doing this dry embossing to the actual card base, which, is a little bit thinner, and then it's dry embossed on both sides. So when you open the card, it's dry embossed on one side. So I would prefer to just kind of do some white cardstock and then glue that onto the card base. So that's what I did here. And I did vertical stripes on this with my scoreboard. You can also do it with a dry embossing tool and your trimmer. And what's really nice about this is then you can use those lines that you just dry embossed to help guide you when you're placing these pieces down. So this first piece is going to go down 1/8 of an inch from the side and 1/8 of an inch from the bottom. And look at, I don't know if you can see, but that texture on the right-hand side just really fills up that page and makes it look so much nicer. Now the next piece, there's only 3 cut pieces for this because we're going to use stickers as the sentiments. And so we just had these 2 little strips of paper and then that one piece of the confetti paper. So the first piece, the polka dot one, is going to go 1/2 an inch from the bottom of the card. And then the next piece will be 7/8 of an inch, or basically just on top of this piece. So. And then I did use glue on the second piece because it's so tiny, it's awfully hard to use the runner on that. So I used a little bit of glue on that. And then the rest of it is stickers, And I think we'll do a little bit of stickles at the very end when I have both cards done. So put your strips down there and then pull up your sticker paper. You're going to be looking for the I Could Celebrate You Every Day sticker. Now, I believe that I did not pop this one up, but now I can't remember. Maybe I did. We'll check that out in a minute. Fold your card base, of course, and get your whole card front glued to that. And now this also, because you're adding paper to it, this makes your card thicker, which I think makes it seem more high quality too, than just doing everything directly on the card base. So this is something that even if you don't dry emboss, that you could do anytime, is just to add a little background paper to the card base, and it just, upgrades the card base to me. Yeah, so there's the sticker, and let me see, what did I decide? Did I decide to pop it up? I think I didn't. So I used those lines that I dry embossed to put it, because there's no real measurement on the directions for this. I just lined it up against one of those lines so it was nice and straight. Didn't even have to use a ruler. You're going to take that big pink card off your stickers. This I laid down flat. And then the little red and white striped one I'm going to pop up. So that'll add a little dimension. If you're sending these through the mail, don't forget that if you've got dimensional elements, usually they will charge you extra. So if you want to avoid that pricing, then put all of these down flat and don't add any, dots or sparkles or anything like that, because they don't like to send that through their machine, and then they want to charge you, I think it's like an extra, 28 cents or something like that. So it's kind of a pain. Anyway, so this card is basically done, except we are going to do a little stickles at the very end. So now on to card 2. And this is also going to be done mostly with stickers. And there's so many stickers left, too, from this kit that you really could play. And I actually, after both of these cards were done, I went through the acrylic pieces and added a few acrylic pieces on just to use them up. But you could do the same thing with the stickers. So, you know, don't think that you've got to leave those all hanging, you know, because sometimes it doesn't work with another kit. So, you know, use up as many as you can. So this time I'm going to do the dry embossing. I'm doing it basically horizontally because of the way that the card, let me see. Yeah. I'm doing it the short side. Let's put it that way, because I am going to turn this piece to make a horizontal card. This time I did every quarter inch or every eighth of an inch. I think it's every eighth inch. So it really has some good dry embossing on it. It adds tons and tons of texture. Now, the only place that it's really going to show is kind of on the sides and then towards the bottom, because it's going to be covered up with a lot of the pattern paper. But it still adds such a nice element, and it just makes your cards look fancy. So it takes me a few minutes to do this, because doing every eighth of an inch takes a while. Then I kind of had to hold it down at the end so it didn't slip. But the nice thing about doing every eighth of an inch is if you mess up and you kind of go off track, it doesn't matter, because you're going to do an embossing line for every single track. So, all right, once that's done, then I think we're going to cut a couple of dovetails in the papers. And to do it, I forgot it. We're going to stick this down first. You know what? I'm going to tell you that we are doing dovetails, but that zip strip, it doesn't hurt if you do that last. They have you putting it down first, but if you feel like you might not put your dovetailed pieces down straight or whatever, you could always put those over the top edge of it instead of putting it down first. But I pretty much just pressed the pieces up against that zip strip, so either way is going to work. I dovetailed two pieces together just because they were the same size, and then did this third piece. You want to go up the middle and then take in the sides to meet the middle. And that's all the trick there is to doing any kind of dovetailing. And then let's see, that zip strip goes down, or you can do it last. Just make sure you're leaving space for it. It's a half an inch wide. And I'm just going to put that up at the top by the fold. No need for a ruler. You're just going to put it on the edge. Then that confetti looking piece is going to be 1.5 inches in on that front card front there. 1.5 inches in from the side. And you don't have to worry about measuring from the top, because you're going to push it up against that zip strip. And zip strip is just the strip that's off the top of our papers. They all have it, except for cardstock, of course. So I'm measuring that 1.5 inches. Put that at the top. And this is going to be a nice birthday card for somebody, because it's going to end up saying happy birthday to you and many more. So that'll pretty much go to anybody. All right, now we're going to add in those other two pieces. And those are going to go 1/4 inch from the left-hand side. This is such an easy pattern, too. You could do this over and over again with other papers, other embellishments, other sentiments. Use up other sticker pages that, you didn't quite finish out. There's lots of things. I always thought that cards were the perfect way to use up your scraps from any of your layouts that you did. So it doesn't make sense to me to not be a card maker and a scrapbooker at the same time. All right, this is also going to go 1/4 inch from the right-hand side. Well, then we decorate. And like I said, we are going to add a little bit of stickles to both cards at the end. So now you're going to get out to your stickers, and you're going to look for the happy birthday to you and many more. And you can see there's other little sentiments on that you could use to make other cards, because you have more scraps. If you've done the 3 layouts and these cards, you will still have more scraps, and you could absolutely make some new cards. You could even, I think, if you have a good base page, you could make another layout too, probably a 1-pager. So instead of using those little tiny dots that I usually use to pop this up, I'm using some of our foam tape instead. Because it's a bigger piece and I didn't want to have to take all the little pieces off the tiny pop dots. This is so cute. All right. Do you keep a wastebasket right at your feet when you're crafting? I do. And still, I can't seem to hit it. Especially with these little pieces, they kind of fly instead of going directly into the wastebasket. Right, now that's going to kind of go in between the confetti piece and the red and pink piece. Maybe about, let's say, that's, I don't know, 1/4 inch over into the confetti piece. And now you're going to be looking for the big green heart, and might as well pop that up, unless you are not wanting to pay extra in the mail. So I think I'm going to put a few dots on that. And then we'll be almost done, except just a little bit of stickles. But this is a place where you could then go through your acrylic pieces that you have left over, go through your stickers that you have left over, and put some more on here. You could add another little heart, just like we did with the first card. Layer that over this one. There are more hearts on that page. There really was a ton of stickers left. All right, using my bone folder on this, you know, the valley side is the side that's on the outside, so the indented side actually stays on the outside of a folded card. The mountain side goes inside. And now we add our whole embossed card front. And I thought, well, yeah, I still have my stickles hanging around from when I used them on the layouts. So I'm just going to put a little dot in the right-hand corner of each of these hearts, just to add a little bit of sparkle. Now with the stickles, you're going to want to wait a little bit longer than you do with a shimmer brush and let those dry for, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. And there you go, you guys. Thanks for stopping by.